Yo, the honorable guest of the hour. Yo, listen. Firstly, before I get bantered by the man, because I know he's frustrated, right? Yeah, like Chelsea scored 4 against the champions, guys. And
You see.
Pep coming out, making it seem like he doesn't really care about Cole Palmer, then Cole Palmer scoring the final goal. It's poetic, man. I think it's now, boy. It's beautiful.
It's
beautiful.
bro. It's headlines, bro. You understand? Tomorrow already, dog.
Okay.
There's
Another thing.
newspapers that are being printed right now, right now.
Well, listen,
Look.
Another one. Before I lose this one,
Yeah.
Rodri always scores the winning goal.
Yes.
So when he scored, right?
Mm.
But you know what I felt like as a footballer? I'm like,
And it was
okay,
that, yeah.
here's another moment of Rodri genius.
Yes.
City fans all felt, I believe.
Yes.
Like, when Rodri does what he does,
Mm.
it's always defining for our season. He's done it against Arsenal, Champions League final, of course.
Yes.
So when he did it today, boy, I'm like,
It
I
felt
don't know.
defining.
Yeah, it felt like
Sure.
we fought, yes, we can take a lot from the game, but we're going to lose. That's how I felt.
I get you. I get you
So,
on that. I
come
think,
back, bro.
yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough
For
one.
you.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. But first of all, congrats on the draw. Not only to Chelsea, but also not as much to City. And I say that with full respect to Chelsea. I think this is a disappointing result for City, though, because like you said, you started off by saying something which is up, dog. Okay, we conceded 4, dog. You guys scored 4 against us, dog. Do you get what I mean?
What interested me?
Like,
what interested me at halftime? I don't know who the commentators were for the game. Yeah. I think it was Martin Taylor there. I'm not sure, but whoever it was, they said like, this is the first time City are going to the break having conceded 2.5
halftime,
and I'm like, well, this is game week 11, bro. Like,
yeah.
I mean, yes, champions, so you expect certain form.
Yeah,
but
you
boy,
expect certain standards. Yeah.
But for us to put 4 past you guys,
and look. Also, I think added to that point, my dog, is that it's a Chelsea team that is mid-project. Like, this is a Chelsea team that City is supposed to be beating. When we look at it on paper,
like,
and we
it's
say,
what
okay,
we
fine, yeah,
ideally,
quality,
not that
bro.
we play Pep football or Spanish football, but it's where we want to be versus, you know what I mean?
Yes,
it's where, like, you guys are like, yeah,
versus the beginning. Yeah,
it's treble winners.
We
bro.
shouldn't be conceding 4, dog. So so that's why it feels the way that it feels. It's very disappointing, dog. But credit must be given, bro. For the fact that Chelsea were in the game up until the last minute,
bro.
I think that's a really it shows the growth. I don't know what Poch is doing, though. Poch is cooking. Poch is cooking.
Poch needs a contract extension right now for me, bro.
Yeah.
To be honest, and the fact
already,
yeah.
It's too early, boy.
Dog, listen,
it's too early, dog.
Tell me another manager this season that you confidently feel can get his team to score 4 against Pep. And I'm talking all competitions. I'm not. And then there's the Bayerns of the world. There's the I just don't feel you can score 4, bro. And that defense, that's the best defense you guys have right now.
Yeah. Outside of Stones, bro. Okay, Stones is injured.
But
actually,
when John Stones plays, he does a lot more than defending.
Yes. But and it's not as an excuse. But yes, I do get what you're saying.
Yeah. No, like, our injuries this season, bro. Like, we've all been.
Everybody has them. It is what it is. Yeah. I think. You said something about Poch, bro, and how you were saying how well the job he's done is, right?
So far,
I think also and I think we had spoken about this in the game about how Poch's previous results against Pep, understand? They show that he has an understanding of how to play against Pep. Do you get what I mean?
I think starting from Spain, you're the one who actually highlighted it. Starting from their days in Espanyol and Barcelona, it's a rivalry, Him and Klopp, for me, bro, they've found a way to counter Spanish football. Because Pep's style, it's not Johan Cruyff's style. Pep has redefined, bro. Maybe he's also like a protege from Cruyff, but boy, Pep has redefined football in general. I think even the great Alex Ferguson can give him that, like,
in his own way, yeah.
But boy, like Poch, with the Spurs team, but like Spurs was not strong, bro.
And
That
Spurs,
team wasn't wow.
bogey team, bro.
Yeah, it
Like
wasn't wow. That
it was
team, bro.
like,
Who's
but
right back, left back?
but
You
they
know what I mean?
knew.
Danny Rose and those
Do
guys.
you know what I
bro.
mean? But they knew
Yo.
what to do. They knew what to do.
Yeah.
I think Poch is the right man for Chelsea at this moment.
Yeah, that's true.
I
I believe
think
so.
also though, a lot of patience is going to be needed, right? But if he continues taking out results like the way that today went,
Yo,
do you get what I mean?
boy.
Like these are huge steps, but
Major.
remember you and I had a chat and I was saying it's all well and good performing against these big teams because I think you've performed well against big teams.
Our
so
this
far
difficult
this
run
season.
of games that,
You get what
that
I mean?
everyone was teasing us
Yeah.
about online troll football was
Yeah,
going
that-
hard, you know.
It's gonna be
With-
bad.
To like, so what I did the maths in my head, bro. Like I didn't actually like put it on the channel or anything, right? But like it's 24 points available, 8 games, right? And then I thought about it, and to be honest, this game, bro, this is the one where you are like
already
certain
just-
L,
it's
then,
like, yeah.
but then you're like, okay, if everything goes well somehow, we can try and get 18 points.
Yes.
We got a point against Arsenal, bro.
Yes.
We've gotten a point against
Got a
City.
point
We
against
beat
City,
Spurs, bro.
Yes.
And to go back to your point, yeah, Bob Brentford, we have to now be more
of course.
worried about those
About
kind
those
of teams
points,
now.
yes.
Because, bro, it's convincing, bro, for a Chelsea fan. You know, like, rebuild regardless. I don't know how many times I've said this word on the channel, bro. Rebuild. This is a rebuild, bro. Like, people who want to spend $1 billion and think it's like we escape the rebuild.
That's not how it
no,
works, but
boy.
I think it's
No.
interesting. It's interesting that even with your previous results against so-called smaller teams, you've struggled to score, and yet today you put 4.
Wait, it doesn't make
against
sense.
the
'Cause
champions.
We can't
So
be out
it's-
here saying
yeah,
Brentford's
boy.
defense is better than City's defense.
No, it's
You know,
not.
like-
It's not.
like
It's
the-
just. It's
City
almost like
keep the ball.
It's almost
maybe.
like is Poch giving the same attention to these so-called smaller teams?
It's like
because
there's
you
certain
find,
managers, he doesn't want to be taken like he's a small boy, bro.
Do you get what I mean? Like because you could argue that Poch is to blame for most if
Brentford,
not
I blame him, bro.
Do you understand what
Brentford,
I mean?
I blame Poch,
Tactical
yeah.
decisions that just didn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, is it a thing of the opposition system is harder to understand? And now speaking about these so-called smaller teams, or is it a thing of he is not as locked in and as motivated to get against these other teams? Because dog, you know, if we're speaking about dog, if we're speaking about Chelsea at least scoring against Brentford, right?
Yes, bro.
But like it's a clean sheet, dog.
It's not the only team, like I was saying to you, bro. Same against Villa and we were at home.
Like
same
how-
against
like-
Nottingham Forest, bro.
How? What I meant not
and
motivated enough.
I think the fair point would be like, okay, more
Sure.
time to train the boys, more time to polish your tactic or instill your idea, you know? But it's happening fast, bro. I think players like Cole Palmer are helping him, bro. Like,
What a
natural
player.
ability is helping Poch
What a
score
player,
so
what a
much,
player,
bro.
what a player.
Like, bro, he took Enzo off and we scored. You know what I mean? He took Enzo off. I think it was 2-2, ne? When Enzo came off, bro.
No, it was 3.
It was 3-2, ne? We were losing, actually. Bro. No, we must check the timestamp. This is immediate reaction. You must forgive us, eh?
It might have been. It
Yeah.
might have been actually. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but Enzo came. But just the fact that
He
he could
came off.
take
He
a
came off towards the end of the
creative-
game. Yeah,
That's
He
true.
came
yeah.
off towards the end of the game, and then you guys still managed
Bro.
to salvage something out of the
Wait,
game.
then
which
Connor,
is,
imagine Conor Gallagher and Cole Palmer being your midfield duo, bro. Like, I'm not thinking about that, but Poch is. You know, the same way that, bro, like when you signed Akanji, none of us are expecting Akanji to do left back row /
It's a
midfield
bargain,
/
yeah.
CB.
Yeah,
Bro, like all that in one guy. Like, these managers, bro, you can't even predict the next 11. But you're probably
yeah, because
used
you
to
never
that
know.
now.
Hey, but you guys can't predict the next 11 because you have 300 players, boy. So it's not a. It's a different chat. But look, on my end, dog, you know, I'm looking at where we are, and like I said, it's disappointing. No?
No, it's a big game, bro, for
But-
us, bro. So it's a big game for both of us, ne?
Yes.
Disappointing result for you.
Yes.
Huge sign of progress for us.
For you.
That's what I think that's what we can take, bro.
I will say though that I'm not too worried because I saw a fight.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
I
from,
saw,
no, you guys
like,
will never
my boys,
slack. Yo.
my boys actually showed up for the game, right?
Who was your Chelsea man of the match, though?
Chelsea man of the match has to be.
Some good performances out there, ne? Some men cooked today.
I mean,
Men
but
had a
also,
point to
but also
prove,
this
boy.
match, no, listen,
No,
bro.
I'll
but
give
also
you
when
my
you
Man
look at
City
this
man
match,
of the
wait,
match.
no,
Just
wait,
give me
wait,
yours.
wait, bro. But also when you look at this match, like, this, This match was one of those. It was a volatile match, bro. It was everywhere, dog. Like,
I get you.
do you get what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like one of those things where
Chelsea are not where you'd want Chelsea to be. If you're like speaking generally about football, I mean, of course, banter, bro. Like, if we're sucking, you're gonna emphasize it, ne? But where Chelsea were, bro, you can't say you didn't enjoy a rivalry with Chelsea when it was big and you could hope for results like this, bro. You're expecting to beat us today. There's no doubt, bro. I mean, we saw the last 6 results before today, bro.
dog,
It's L after L for us, bro.
it's painful to say it, but I think Chelsea's, for me, the player of the game, Razmatez, fun. Razmatez, dog. He took on men, you know, and whenever he had the ball,
he didn't start hot though. Fair enough, but he grew.
He grew into the game. Whenever he got the ball, dog, he carried the threat. He carried the threat. Cole Palmer began to cook as the game went on, right? And naturally, I give him a mention because he's been performing well.
Yeah,
but I really think Raheem Sterling was fired up, boy.
I think today I'll give Foden, bro. When I made that comment, like he's being not flashed out, but like it's because, bro, like Pep is so uncertain, bro. So when Pep gives him like 3 games on the bench, I almost start to feel like, bro, is he still in the plans?
Yes, bro.
So it's like it's crazy for me, but I think the rotation on Foden, I think it's very different from the rotation with every other player, bro. To be honest, and maybe that's what you were saying. That's why he's special. You know, maybe. But bro, that guy gets rotated.
I see what you mean. But to be fair, to be fair, if you follow the team, you'll see that it's the same across the board, right? He does demand a lot from Foden. You understand? Because he understands the potential that the kid has. He understands the quality that he has. Do you get? So of course, the way that he treats him will represent that, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that there's any favoritism because or there's any special treatment in any way, whether positive or negative. It's just a matter of what do I need for this game, one. And two, also, are you as a player, are you working well enough within my system, both offensively and defensively?
Sure.
That's where the chat is. You know, that's what I've seen.
So Foden sometimes doesn't track back and stuff.
He is working better at his defensive game right now.
Nice.
But a part of the reason why are you speaking about him
back today, bro?
do you understand? You're speaking about him being rotated, you know, and this is even last season as well.
Yeah.
It's a matter of him being able to not only shine in offense, but when we're defending, you need to be there and you need to perform your duties. So I'm glad to see
some games he's not really.
Do you get what I mean? I'm glad to see that he's developing that part of his game.
Nice.
Understand? He's developing that understanding that, you know what, sometimes we're gonna play in games that are heated, games that are full of passion, games that are not calling for control.
Yeah.
Like, these are games filled with moments.
Yeah, bro.
And you need to make sure that you are performing in all of these games so that when it's your turn to have a moment, you've brought your A game.
Yeah.
But in games like that, if you're slacking off, bro, when it's your turn to have a moment, which can easily be forgotten, a track back, dog, is easily forgotten. When we see it happen once, and I'm not talking about a man that keeps on tracking back the whole game, and then the story is he was tracking back. No, when it happens once, dog, it's like, shut out. You know what I mean? Okay, we pat you on the back, and you go away. But we don't realize that right there was a moment. If you didn't do that, something could have been created.
Football will
from
hurt
something
you,
small,
boy.
dog. From something small.
Hurt you, bro.
No.
Football will hurt you. I mean, today, bro. Thiago Silva had 2 contrasting moments, bro. He scored a goal. That deflection, it's cruel. That deflection put it in the corner. You see that, boy? That's
what a header, by the way. From
Thiago
header, bro.
For me, the run, bro.
Dog,
man running like he's 25 to get to the near post, boy.
Dog. And like he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, I know.
He knew exactly what he was doing. It was intentional. You can see the experience with it, boy. You can see that. I know this is a man that knows exactly where he's trying to place it. You understand? And that's why
Caicedo, before I forget, because you said this man said Caicedo's an average player before the game, so I wanted him to analyze the boy.
Yes. So okay, so let me give context. I say that Caicedo is an average player. Why? Is because there's a lot of Brighton graduates that have gone on to prove that they are
Or that they were just good in
average
that
players, that they were just
system.
good in that system. Do you get?
Okay,
And
I didn't
outside of
catch
the
that.
system,
Ah,
they can't adapt.
okay,
Right?
okay.
Case in point, Kukurela.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you get what I
but
mean?
before today, let me be honest. Cucurella's been on a good run of form.
Sure.
Like, he's not. He's almost nothing going forward.
Sure.
He's not great, bro.
Sure.
But man for man,
Sure.
like get past Cucurella. That's why I like Foden like exposed him
Sure.
on several occasions.
Sure.
But that shows like Foden is on form and stuff right now.
Mhm.
But Cucurella has been hard to come by.
Mhm.
Like no one can just get past him. Like
Mhm.
recently, yeah. So I'm not saying like we've signed like we've paid got our money's worth from
Of
Cucurella.
course.
Never,
Of course.
nowhere near. Ne?
Of course.
But yeah, I think
With
he is in
Caicedo.
that bracket. Like he still falls there. But Caicedo now, bro. Caicedo,
Mm.
the market is inflated. So maybe 100 million sharp. It's not. I mean, if you're buying him in Football Manager, it's probably like 60, 70 million
Sure.
max.
Sure.
But boy, performance wise, father, bro,
He puts in a
that
shift.
man
He puts in a
puts-
shift for
and
the
he
team.
reads the game.
You know what I'll say about Caicedo. Especially from this game is, you realize that it's very important to have players that when they're on the pitch, they go unnoticed. You get, but they keep
yeah,
the game
that
flowing.
Tony Kroos energy.
You know what I mean?
bro,
They
yeah.
keep the game flowing. This is not someone that's gonna grab headlines.
Yeah.
When you think about it, dog, Caicedo's main or major headline so far has been his price tag. So far,
Yeah, that's what
You
he's
get what I
known
mean?
for. Like,
that's what he's known for.
and
He's
people
known
will
for his
go
price
and
tag.
watch the
It's not a-
Brighton highlights.
yeah.
They'll gain some
Do you get what I mean?
context. Yeah.
And as of late, I'm thinking, and especially just looking at this game, I'm thinking then it could be a representation of what the past few games, or what he's been doing in the past few games, just being able to be in the midfield,
Yeah.
and go unnoticed, do
Yeah,
your
bro.
job,
He's good, bro.
right?
Yo.
Be quiet while doing your job.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Don't just lunge into
Yeah, it's not
tackles.
a-
Because, bro, in a
yeah.
City game, to be honest, a young player like Caicedo,
Sure.
you
Could have
watch.
lost his
How many
head.
times are you watching the ball pass you, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, not once did Caicedo like feel
Yeah.
the need to do something drastic.
Yeah.
You know, like lunge. So I respect that about his game.
How do you feel about Anthony Taylor? How do you feel about Anthony Taylor's
Hey,
performance?
today,
I think it's only right for me to ask you that. As a Chelsea fan, how do you feel about his performance? Rate his performance. Be honest, though. Be honest. Because, and the reason why I asked this is because I know that Chelsea fans, though, I know that you guys have history with Anthony Taylor.
a lot, bro.
A lot. But the reason why I ask you to rate his performance today is because, and you were watching the match very closely, is because I would argue that a lot of it is in the past, right? So that's what I'm saying.
I would like to wish.
Before
bro.
I continue, but speak to me about this game. What do you think about?
If I'm rating him out of 10, I'll give him 8, bro.
Sure.
I'll give him 8 today because he didn't make a mistake. To be honest, I didn't make a mistake. And like there were a lot of moments in this game where he could have made like a rash decision. I mean, like there was a moment where he could have given a red card. It was one of our players actually.
Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, Raheem Sterling.
Standing leg. What the fuck was that?
No, there was
Ah,
another
don't
one.
talk to me, though.
There was another one though. There was another one. Gallagher
Sure.
could have gotten a second yellow towards the.
Yeah.
To be
Gallagher
honest,
on Jackie Boy.
Yeah, he flew.
What the?
yeah,
No. You talk to me now. Yeah, you talk to me. What the fuck was that? I have a problem with Anthony Taylor now.
No.
Anthony Taylor's
It's
against
one.
City.
You see, it's
It's
one
fine,
moment. It's one moment.
It's fine.
It's a
Alright.
one moment thing. But I think Anthony Taylor overall. But VAR also today, they didn't intervene too much in a game that is biggish or clubs with stature. Let's say it like that, right? Like VAR have been doing the most these last few weeks, bro. Like I think VAR deserve their own chat.
Yeah.
That's how deep it is,
Yeah.
boy. Like they frustrate me more than they please me.
Really?
I've had to understand why VAR came. Like I don't know, I forget the guy's name. But yesterday before Pirates and Chiefs,
Yes.
one of the sporting like generals or directors they asked him why was VAR brought in? Why might it come to the DSTV Premiership? Right? Like no, VAR wasn't brought to help officials make decisions. It was brought to ensure that there's no human error. So, bro, you know what confused me about that statement? When we introduce technology in any scenario in our lives, it's to make life easier. The difference between the Nokia 3310 and our smartphones, bro, you know what I mean? Like, it's easier. That's why we bring technology to the table
to
so
make things better.
when VAR was brought, bro, how can you? And there are people involved in the back room, so um, yeah. But VAR was good today. I think today they were fine. Anthony Taylor surprised me with the simulation booking on Doak, right? Because he made it really fast. I mean, those situations, I would think, bro, as much as a red card can change a game, a yellow card can change a game.
As well, yeah.
You know, like from an attacking point, maybe less, but from a defensive point, of course, a defender gets a yellow like beginning.
If you're getting a
on
yellow
edge,
early, you're on edge. You can't
so
you can't
booking-
commit as much.
Yeah, so Anthony Taylor's certainty there, but then to see that Vela, it was simulation, I'm like, okay, fine. Anthony Taylor's doing well today because I think a simulation booking is the most interesting booking in the game. You know, if you're gonna book for simulation, like you mustn't make a mistake there. And this is the same referee in Anthony Taylor who was demoted for making a hasty decision at Wolves a few weeks ago, bro. So for him to make that call, I think he's also stamping his authority in a way to the board of whoever the refs are, like to say like, yo, I'm still like a top gun ref, like I'm one of the top dogs in this league. You know, yeah, but I don't respect Anthony Taylor. I'm not, it's just one game, bro.
Yeah, I think the reason why I asked that, of course, you are a Chelsea fan, so it's understandable that there's no respect and no love lost there. You know,
for now, bro.
But I think it's very interesting to see that, or this is an example of how fans never forget.
Yeah, bro.
I believe Anthony Taylor did a good job. It wasn't great. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't a shitty job.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
I would have still preferred a Michael Oliver or Paul Tierney.
He contained the game, yes, of course.
Yeah.
But he remained in control when it came to players approaching him, when it came to anything that could potentially sway or influence a decision, when it came to what you guys have experienced from him in terms of potentially or alleged bias, right? You never know, right?
It's countless, bro.
But it's like fans will never forget because he reffed a good game and you guys don't give.
No, you know why? You know why he reffed a good game? Because he reffed a 4-4 game and he held it down.
That's a very good job, bro. No cards, bro. No silly cards. No sending offs, bro. By the way, and when I say no cards, I mean
but
no sending offs.
But I don't think any of the players got frustrated. Interesting enough, like none of our players really got like frustrated. Proper. I mean, you guys would have probably been frustrated.
It was a civil game, bro. It was a civil game. Towards the end, there was a little push, with your boy Nicolas Jackson. But I'll say this.
Rick Scorajaki. 4 goals in 2 games against the top 2. Rick Siki Jackie.
But I'll say this though, it's gonna be a long one, bro. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long season. It's really interesting the speed at which Chelsea and now when it comes towards the big teams.
Nah, it's interesting, bro.
It's interesting to see that it's almost like he's making them understand that they can beat the big teams or compete.
Like we're good enough somehow, bro.
At the bare minimum to compete with the big teams. And I think the small teams it's just naturally a matter of time that you guys begin to now put in performances.
This is coming from a City fan, Vivo. Yeah.
Because you must understand, dog, when you've walked the path of
you can see those that are your proteges. That's
from zero to hero. You can see potential. You can see
for those that are forgotten.
You can see who can be leveled up. You can see who can be raised.
If we're using accent, can they just Google 2021 Champions League final?
Look, dog, I'll say, look, boy, listen, it has to be said. It has to be said. I'm not, I am disappointed, but I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried.
No. It's City, bro. Like, and to just clarify to the people, I respect City because I've watched football for a long time. I think from the time of the Centurions, like, it's some of the most beautiful football that I've watched when I get the chance to watch City. I won't lie. A lot, and that's just throwing football bias aside for a second, So, I mean, Pep's not gonna lose sleep tonight. I mean, he's gonna lose sleep because Pep hates conceding.
Yeah, he's gonna be pissed.
What's on his mind now is that they conceded 4. He doesn't really care.
Conceded 4.
Haaland didn't get a hat trick or someone missed a chance,
Yeah,
bro.
dog, we
We
conceded 4.
boys.
And also to be fair, even putting bias aside, like we've managed to get results without KDB. We've managed to actually do so well. This is the last time I checked. This is the best start that we've had to a league under Pep so far. You get?
But one thing
We
that I'm
don't
starting to
start this
doubt,
fast.
one thing I'm starting to doubt, and not to like put you guys off, because you guys can still do it, right? But that run that you usually go on, which wins you the league every time, you usually do it like Boma December, right? But this season, do you think you still do it? Like, it seems like there are a lot of teams this season that like are willing to like dare to beat City, bro. You know?
I think for me, it's really and this is why I'm saying that I'm not too worried, if at all, because when I look at our performances against the teams lower in the table, we are performing well with each game that we play. Do you get? A game like this, and that's why a game like this is very irritating. It's like, it's a good run, and now we even have Liverpool upcoming,
Oh,
and
yeah?
yes, and who knows how they can go, right?
If I'm correct, our next game is Newcastle, Brighton, then United.
Do you see what I mean?
But I mean, now I'm feeling better.
You see what I mean? Because it's like, almost, it's almost the complete opposite of what we are going through. Because with the smaller teams, we are building our performances. We're doing well, right? But
except for Wolves, but Rodri wasn't there.
You know what I mean? But still, it still isn't an excuse. We still should be able to churn out these.
Bro.
You know what I mean? We still should be able to churn out these victories. And that's why I'm saying then I'm not too worried, because for me to even speak like this as a City fan in relatively the first third of the season, is unknown to me. Because at this time we are still trying to see if this pipe works, if this tap opens, if the kitchen door is still coming on.
And there are a lot of things that, people are not going to look at it because Doku's just doing on it. From Pep's angle, bro, this is a new player for him. Like, I'm trying new things.
Do you get what I mean?
I bring Kova into the mix from Matheus Nunes. Let's be honest. I thought Matheus Nunes would have had more minutes by now.
Do you get what I mean?
You know what I mean? But not really, bro. You see, Calvin Phillips basically about to be shipped out. So Pep is going through some transitions also by himself, bro.
And the fact that the team is still able to churn out results, more wins than losses or draws at this time, and to be able to sit, I think we're still top of the league right now.
I think you should be.
And I think it's by a goal difference now.
You guys have clocked 30 points today, right?
With the draw, we won 29.
Oh, you won 28 before the game. I think you won 29 points before the game, but weren't you?
It should be 29. We should be on 30 now, or it's 28 on 29. Anyway,
okay,
we are still on top of the league right now. Yeah. I've told you this many times. For me, it doesn't really matter where we are, whether we are on top of the league or chasing, because we've shown over the last couple of years that we can cope with both. Yeah. And it doesn't really matter. It's a matter of expertise. We have the expertise to go down whichever road, right?
Yeah, I know.
Although personally, I would always want to lead, because I think when leading, it's in your hands. You are directly in charge of what's going on, and everything that happens after your result. If you get a result, they then have to, respond.
That's true.
Get the pressure is really on them. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm looking at it. I think
you guys have done.
I think I think this season's gonna be a very interesting one. But I think we all know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna put it out there. That City's gonna be champions again, 4 in a row. You heard it here on Patala FC for the very first time. You know how it goes. Anyway, the point is that when you're the shit, you're the shit. You understand? That's the point. That's the point. The point is that when you're the shit, you're the shit, dog. But today we played like shit. Those are the facts. We played like shit, and the reason why we play like shit is because we conceded 4. It's as simple as that. It's unacceptable. Put some
respect on Cold Palmer.
It's unrespectable. Oh, dog.
Put some respect on Cold Palmer, bro.
Dog, you know what, man?
Headlines tomorrow. We all know. Headline. Dog. Former City boy rejected by Pep.
Don't come with rejected by Pep. Let's get that story right.
Okay.
No, dog, but let's get that story right because no, dog. Like Chelsea fans are rejected. No, let's get the story right, guys.
Okay.
And we've had this chat before, but I'm having I'm having this chat with you right
yes,
now.
let's go.
And the
Let's
chat
go.
and the chat is a simple one, bro.
So Cole Palmer.
City is a unique is a unique animal in the sense that because of the success of the team over the last couple of years, because of what Pep coaching staff have done, Pep is in a position where he is able to have a roster of players which are relatively good. The quality between these players, you know, you don't have huge jumps. You have players of similar qualities, if not just less or just higher than each other.
I think the training methods with Pep are really like precise. Bro.
It's you know the best drill team in the league,
probably
really,
so,
right?
Hard to debate that.
And with that success, I think as a manager, you go into the locker room and you say, okay, look, I'm gonna set the precedence, and I'm gonna say, okay, this is the way that I move. I rotate, right? Rotation is a huge thing for players. Players want game time. It's as simple as that. They don't care. They care about players want to play. It's their job, right? But I believe, I have no experience as a footballer, professional footballer, but I believe, and I'm putting this to you, I believe that as a player, it is easier, it is relatively easier to understand the concept of rotation when being told that this is the system and this is the way that I operate by a manager who is the closest right now to guaranteeing silverware. Walk with me. Do you get? To say that, okay, look, I think it goes down easier with these players to say, not that these players are happy. Trust me, these players are not happy.
Right? Yeah, no. Players want to play every game.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But there's an understanding of professionalism. There's an understanding that, you know what, no? I am not in a position to fight that and say, no, look, the way that you want to run this team is wrong because you just look at the trophy cabinet, right? But players have a tendency of then saying that I respect that way of running your setup, but it's not for me, Cole Palmer. It's not for me, Leroy Sané. It's not for me. Do you get what I mean? It's not for me. João Cancelo. It's not. Do you get what I mean? You look at these players and you begin to see that, okay, not every player is solely comfortable with one, not playing, two, battling for their position week in and week out, knowing that there's a high chance you're not even going to make the team.
Possibility. Just a possibility.
After putting in a shift in training. Because at the end of the day, it's really down to the boss. He is the most important person at the club. He decides who plays.
True.
And he's not going to give a reason for it. He is the boss. Do you get?
Pep Guardiola also, bro. The stature of manager that you're being guided by, bro.
He's the boss.
The man that has put his time invested in you, bro. I'm not. Of course, I'm not gonna slate Cole Palmer, but shout out for that context, bro. Because like players will be independent regardless. The modern game, bro, like if your agent advises you, already your mind is now shifting towards a certain path. You know, if your agent says, hey, you know, you're at that point in your career where we can't have you on the bench, really, you know, your market value won't really exponentially grow, whatever the case is, right? So
you need to play.
Yeah, boy. But I mean, I wouldn't say Cole Palmer's agent is the best for looking at Chelsea to be his best destiny. I mean, we had so many young players already, bro. Maybe Cole Palmer himself just believed that all these Chelsea players, there's no way I won't get into the team, you know.
Most definitely.
Which is, I mean, he's proven that. Fair enough, right?
He has performances to show.
Yeah, but it wasn't rejection, I guess. No, it wasn't rejection from Pep, bro. And it makes sense. Actually, like that analogy makes sense because Pep is dealing with, bro, how many academy boys would love to be in the first team for Pep right now, bro? I mean, you can't tell me there's not at least 3-4 that are like good enough. There's that boy for Luton, bro. I think he's playing right back.
We have
that boy's on loan, bro. I heard this week, bro.
We have a boy called James McAtee.
Also, there.
I've spoken to him. I mean, I've spoken to you about him.
I saw him on the squad.
Before,
yeah,
no? Sheffield United.
He's on loan there also. He's cooking there,
bro. Like where you look at it playing,
These
just
guys
like,
want to
dog,
play for Pep, bro.
mint, bro. But you begin to see, just like what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying, that like at the end of the day, dog, players need to play, dog. Like,
End of the day.
and not and and it takes a lot for you as a player, dog, to sit and grind and be like, you know what, I'm gonna rise to the level of the of what the manager's saying. And even then, I'm still not. There's a chance that I won't get picked, but I'm not going to cause turmoil. Pep keeps coming out in the presses and he keeps talking about how this is the most harmonious group he's had.
Wow.
There's another interview that he had, I think it was with TNT Sports, and he was asked, like, so what keeps you motivated? He said something. He said, I'm happy. He said, I'm
no, Pep is not
happy.
She's not shy to cuss.
Yeah. He said, I'm happy.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Right?
Bro, why wouldn't you be happy?
Why?
Treble.
I have everything I need here, one.
Bro.
Two, the players here are at a high level. They're competing together.
They're against each
other.
Happy
at
way,
a high
bro.
level.
Yo.
And it's positive. Now that doesn't mean
manager's dream.
Dog, that doesn't mean that men are not punching bags at home, taking out stress,
like
and the fact that they didn't play. Do you get what I mean? But it means that when men step into the training ground, there's a professionalism to understand. No, Baku's my teammate.
Yeah, you're
bro.
my brother. You're not.
If you win,
we win.
We win, bro.
But to communicate that and eliminate all animosity, bro, you have to be.
I think that's a manager's dream,
You have
bro.
to be Pep, though. You have to be Pep or Klopp, or you know what I mean, bro. To be honest, boy. Poch is probably capable now because of experience.
Dog.
Boy, no
Do you know what I say?
manager can achieve that, bro.
Baku, I say,
manager.
dog, you have to win, bro. Walk with me on that, bro.
The team can understand.
You just have to
eliminate
win.
that players want to play is what I'm saying, bro.
Okay.
Like the team wants to win. We get it, bro. Like, and I'm agreeing there. But doesn't mean that men don't look there like, hey, but like, what if I could be starting elsewhere? You know, like you can't eliminate that from
it's a combination, brain, yeah. You can't. It's a combination.
Which is what Cole Palmer, like where we stem from, bro. Like that's what Cole Palmer was thinking, bro.
That end of the day, start.
Whether the Riyad Mahrez comparisons flattered him or whatever, bro.
He could start
if I'm not starting
somewhere else. It's your dog. It's very tricky because there's two sides of the story. It's like, are you willing to sit and fight bro? And now
a player who can fight, but
do you know what I mean?
But if you wanna play sometimes,
you see what I mean? If you want, or is it a thing of you just want guaranteed game time? You see, and I think it goes like what you're saying, how managers like Pep can do this, right? It goes according to context, it goes according to club, it also goes according to state and the time in which the club is in. Like right now, bro, we're all in City's world. Remember that. Right now. It's the golden era. So City, when you look at the decisions that Pep can make, when you look at the signings that he can make, when you look at the men that he can leave on the bench, all of that, dog, is a symptom of trophies. You get what I mean?
True.
When you look at it and you say, you know what, look at my medals.
The evidence is.
Do you get what I mean? The evidence is there. So communication between manager and player is seamless. It is not hard. It's not.
Do you need
some?
Do you want some of these at home?
It's like a dog. And if you don't want, you can vie. We'll get another man in who wants this.
But I
do you know what I mean?
I don't know why I even started the chat with rejection. Is because I do feel like Pep understood Cole Palmer's potential. And he worked with him enough.
The kid was starting, bro. The kid was starting.
So I think regardless of what Pep says, he's touched, bro. He's touched that Cole Palmer made that decision.
The kid was starting, boy. The kid was starting. And I remember actually even speaking to you about this. And I remember actually saying that, boy, look, with me, it's not nice to see a development player go. But when he left, I was just like, hey, boy, this is what it is, Like, I don't think it's love lost. He's a very good player and he's done well for
it was just destiny. He just had to be the one to score the fourth goal for Chelsea against
former
club, huh?